It's now my pleasure to introduce our third speaker, Mr. Harsha Yadav. Um, Mr. Harsha is in charge of sales and marketing at Almoid Solar. He has more than 13 years of experience overall and 10 years of industry experience in the renewable energy and sustainable energy and energy efficiency. He has installed over 500 net metering systems and more than 2,000 off-grid solar PV systems. He has also completed consulting assignments for 47 megawatts of utility solar project power plants. He is an IVLP Fellow, which is a U.S. Department of State program, selected for the prestigious program sponsored by the U.S. Department of State. That is a very interesting program. More than 300 current and former heads of government have visited the United States under the auspices of this particular program. Without further ado, I'd like to hand the floor to Mr. Harsha. Harsha, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Alexander. It's my pleasure. First of all, thank you for the opportunity to speak at this prestigious event. And thank you to His Excellency Dr. Abdul Hussain Mirza and His Excellency Sheikh Nawaf bin Ibrahim Al Khalifa for being the guiding light to promote solar and sustainable energy in Bahrain. And also thank you for both SEA and Bahrain Society for Engineers to organize this presentation. First of all, so I would like to start by saying that when we are talking about sustainability and energy efficiency and becoming a low carbon footprint individual or organization, going solar is one of the easiest and highest impact solution. How? It is because you take this decision once, it continues once you install the system, it continues to generate solar power for 25 years. It is extremely clean energy right now when we replace it by fossil fuels, when it is replacing fossil fuels. And it continues to save you energy for both not only carbon footprint, but also money for the next 25 years while giving you a payback within 6 to 7 years. Now, it depends on the cost of the system, and it is extremely low maintenance as well. Whereas you look at other solar, other wind or other renewable energy plants, because there are moving parts, you have to constantly keep maintaining and operating it. A solar PV system has very low maintenance and it just needs regular cleaning of the system. Okay. So having said that, I'll just get into the presentation by sharing my screen. So I hope everyone is now able to see my screen. Yeah. Okay. So in this topic, I would like to cover successful examples of renewable energy and solar integration into the EVA grid in Bahrain. So this is a very precise topic. So I would like to start off with, again, which has been already discussed, but I want to reiterate it. So why solar? Solar is great for the pocket. Number one, if no one wants to do solar or renewable energy for environmental reasons, it also saves a lot of money. The levelized cost of energy for solar that we are seeing is around 15 fils, whereas for the tariff in EVA, the highest tariff is 29 fils and rising. So a single 100 kilowatt solar PV system saves an organization close to 4,500 BD per year. Okay. It is not only that, it is great for the planet. So that means for every 100 kilowatt system that is set up, the carbon footprint saved is around 2,000 tons of CO2 equivalent in Bahrain emission factors equivalent for the next 25 years. Which means a company or individual going solar by setting up a 100 kilowatt system is planting around 30 trees for lifetime, or taking 80 to 100 cars off the road throughout the lifetime of the system. Third, it is great for the country because one, again, clean energy. Second, we are creating a lot of local jobs in installation, in operation, in maintenance, and design. So a solar integrator as such has the highest feet on the street actually. Okay. And again, obviously, once we switch to cleaner energy, it is great for the future as well. Okay. So one of our great honors is we were installers for the first net metering system that was connected to the EVA grid in Bahrain, which was inaugurated by His Excellency Dr. Abdul Hussein bin Ali Mirza in 2018. And since then, the plant has been constantly working and saving energy and money for the customers who have installed it since February 2018. This was the first system connected to the EVA grid in Bahrain. Okay, so when we are talking about this, what does net metering mean? I'll just take a minute to explain this. Now, it's a very simple system that a solar PV system connected to the EVA grid. So whatever energy is required by the home or the company or a factory is first utilized within the factory, and any energy that we cannot use is sent to the EVA grid. Now there is a meter that records both the energy that we are using, consuming, and also exporting that energy. Now this is simple as we are crediting and debiting energy into the grid, and the energy that we have sent to the grid is shown as credits on your bill, which we can actually utilize anytime during that month or carry forward to the next month and so on and so forth for years together. So this does not have any battery bank. So the grid itself acts as a giant battery. So the energy which you want to use in the mornings, you use, excess energy is sent to the grid. And when in the night, when you need that energy, when solar is not being produced, you can utilize that energy again. Okay. And at the end of the month, you just get a bill with credit and debit. Okay, these are the primary components of the system. So you have the solar panels, then the inverter, which converts that DC energy to AC energy. Again, just to reiterate, solar produces DC current, so direct current, which needs to be converted to alternating current, which is in the specifications of as dictated by EVA, because we are feeding into the grid of EVA. So we have to ensure that all the energy that is being fed in is within EVA permissible standards. Okay. Then, so also once the inverter converts that energy, first always the consumption is taken as a priority. So always any energy produced will be utilized locally, and only after that it is exported to the grid. Now all this energy that is being generated can be actually viewed on a real-time basis through a remote monitoring device on your computer or on your phone through an app as well. Okay. So yeah, I'll take you through three simple case studies. One is a rooftop on a villa that we have installed in Dura. Second, the simple large rooftop on a factory or a warehouse that we've installed. And third is optimization of space, how we have done this for both King Hamad University Hospital and BDF Polyclinic as well. Okay. So this is a 10 kilowatt installation on a villa in Dura. So this was connected to the grid in April 2019. And since then, it is generating on an average approximately 5 units of energy per day. So the customer who has installed it has already saved around 1000 BD approximately since the installation, and is expected to recover his cost in around 7.5 years. Now, beyond this, the entire energy is free, and as the tariffs increase, and we know that EVA tariffs keep increasing, even if we take into account inflation, the savings for the customers will only increase as we go forward. So this is how your solar generation looks like on a typical sunny day. Now you have a curve which is peaking around 12 to 1 in the midday. It starts around 5:36 as soon as the light hits the panels and increases. And as we go to the midday, it peaks at the maximum size. And then from there, it tapers off to till 6:30 p.m. And this happens on a day in day out basis. Now there is again a common misconception that on a cloudy day or a rainy day, what happens to the solar PV system? So it does not stop producing energy. It actually, there is a variation. So you still see a semblance of the curve overall. So you keep seeing energy increase and decrease, but then whenever there is a cloudy weather or there is rain, so you might see a dip in the generation. But it does not mean that the system is shut down. As long as there is visible light, sunlight, the system, the panels keep producing energy. And again, what happens if the solar panel is not producing energy? In net metering, your home or your factory can be supported automatically by EVA power that is coming through. And this happens almost automatically. So there is no manual intervention that is required when you install a net metering solar plant. Now, this is the same case. So where we have seen throughout the year of 2020, you can see the generation is constant with an increase in summer and a little bit of reduction during the winter. And again, through the year, so if you see, this is the energy yield that we are able to generate, which is approximately a capacity utilization factor of around 19.5 to 20%. So which is a fair number as such. And so all maintenance required is just cleaning of the panels, and probably once in a year you check the way inverter is working, some nuts and bolts being tightened, and that's about it. Okay, so this is the interesting part over here. Now, this customer, once during summer, when the production was more than the consumption, they actually got a negative units for the bill. Now, this negative units is actually visible on the bill, and it will be used as a carry forward for the next month to offset the consumption of that customer in the next month. And with a careful sizing of the system, we can ensure that the customer does not pay another electricity bill as a part of EVA. So the water bill will still be paid, but electricity bill can be completely made into zero with the proper sizing of the system. Now, this is another system, a larger scale system that we've installed on a warehouse in Hid. This is a 215 kilowatt system. Now, again, the generation is around 4.2 units of energy per kilowatt per day. So that is again approximately, with the larger system as well, the customer is seeing easily around a payback period of 7 to 7.5 years. Now, what payback means is, again, the investment that has been made by the customer is returned in terms of energy savings. Right. So again, multiple inverters can be monitored. We can see this on a day in day out basis remotely. Everyone, so any person can be provided access to the system. They can do their own analytics in terms of what is the energy production. We can also set up a device which can monitor their energy consumption as well. So that way they can actually see how much of import is going on, how much of export is going on a real-time basis, and we can tweak that capacity requirement as we go further. So we get richer data for analytics on this. Now, this is one of our marquee projects in Bahrain. This is on King Hamad University Hospital, where we have covered almost every available space in the hospital, including the rooftop, the car parks, and the driveways as well. Now, if you actually, I would like to invite the audience and my fellow participants to actually visit the King Hamad University Hospital at their convenience. And this is the road that has been covered by solar panels. Now, all this is while taking into account easy maintenance of the solar PV system as well. So the cleaning of the panels is taken care of with our own specialized equipment for cleaning. And as you can see, this is placed on the road so cars can drive underneath this system as well. This is another picture. And now similar to this, we are now also doing where space or rooftop space is a premium. We can also set up, the customers can go for car parks as well. So wherein you can park your car underneath solar panels, and so you have a dual benefit of not just providing shade to the cars, but also you have an energy generation possibility as well. So again, solar being very versatile system, you can start off with a small 50 kilowatt implementation and you can go up to 100 megawatt as well. Now, that is the advantage of solar. So it is not restricted by size. So I have, as we said, I have installed a 100-watt system. We have also installed like 5 megawatts or system in a single location as well. So that's about it. I would be open for any questions, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much for that very interesting presentation and giving some examples. We often get asked, oh, is solar really available here? So I think you've kind of answered the question now in some way. We will take questions.